The basketball addicts are back at it. Shouts out to Jaylen Brown on that athletic finish. The Celtics take out the Wizards in a Game 7, an epic Game 7 that I enjoyed thoroughly. Kelly Olynyk, shouts out to Canadian content showing out. But the question here is, these Celtics were down 0-2 in the opening round to the Chicago Bulls. People were not giving them credit, disrespecting them as the #1 seed. They came back to win. Then they beat the Wizards. Now they have home court against the Cavs. With all of that juju and momentum, does it equal, Vidal, a Game 1 win for the Celtics?
Absolutely not.
No.
Cavs are well rested. You know what? The Celtics have definitely earned my respect this playoffs. I slept on them a little bit. I slept on IT. They're gritty. They're hard-nosed. They've got heart. He's got tremendous heart. So hats off to them. But the Cavs are coming off like 9 days of rest.
Yeah.
9 days of cooked food. 9 days of being in your bed. There's no way in hell do they come out tonight and lay an egg. The Celtics are probably tired. They're banged up. They've got some nagging injuries. Guys are nursing who knows what. It's just not going to happen, man.
But at the same time, could you make that argument that they could come out lackadaisical or rusty?
Yeah, you could come out rusty, but I'm sure they've been active. They've been playing.
No,
but
Straight no.
I mean, maybe for the first quarter, we are in, what, May?
Yep.
Right, there's not much rust there.
Yeah, we've talked about that argument, and there are certain instances where you see the rust. I mean, hey, Golden State probably had it in Game 1 against San Antonio, but this Cleveland team is so focused on what they're doing. I think their talent is so beyond what Boston's got, and I just don't think I think the 9 days of resting actually has helped Cleveland, and I think they're going to come out on full alert, full attack in that first quarter.
All right, now Brad Stevens got his work cut out for him, but where should most of his effort be spent? On what side of the ball? Cleveland, legendary offensive team right now. We're using the 3-ball and LeBron and Kyrie as the ball handlers, or do you focus on your defense or on their defensive end and focus on how you attack them? Which way do you go? Dan Gladman, I start with you. Where does Brad Stevens need to focus?
It's a really good question. I don't consider Boston one of the best defensive teams that we've ever seen.
No, but they're tough and gritty at times.
They can be tough. We know they can be gritty.
If they take Isaiah off the floor, they can play better defense.
You know, Olynyk out there, you know,
he might hurt
Kevin
somebody.
Love, LeBron, but I think Boston's going to have to score the points. I don't think there's anything Boston can do to prevent Cleveland on Cleveland's worst night from scoring 115 to 120 points. They're going to hit those threes. LeBron's going to get to the basket, and they're going to get transition points. Boston has to score. That has to be their first priority.
I disagree. I think Boston has no chance with their limited offensive players to outscore Cleveland in any of these games. They've got to focus on their strengths, which is their toughness, their grit, that guy's heart and leadership. It's got to be built around that. If they try to outscore them and get into a run-and-gun game, they're going to get blown out then.
Okay, Kelsey, let me throw this at you. Bigger X factor. Which of the Canadians will have a bigger role in this series?
I feel like I have to have my loyalties here because
I'm putting you on the spot because you got the Celtics jersey on.
No, it's easy. There's no question that Tristan Thompson is talented. There's absolutely no question.
But you are friends with Kelly Olynyk, so therefore your answer is Kelly.
I'm friends with him, yes. So I'm going to say him, but I also have
let people answer
stats to
but it's more fun when I do that.
No, but I think Kelly, honestly, he if you're looking at Canadians, he averaged 1 more point than Tristan, I guess, in the regular season. Not even close to the amount of rebounds, but when he came in the playoffs, like you saw Game 7, he has the ability to come out, look at this, woo, 14 points in the last quarter. Just, like, it's unbelievable. And when you talk about Canadians, you got to give him a little bit of respect because he stayed in Canada in high school, plays for Canada every single summer. I know that doesn't necessarily mean he's a better player, but we're talking about
it's just a good hometown
Canadian to Canada. You know, like, you got to give a little bit of love.
I'm with
you. We're pulling for Kelly. We're pulling for him.
KO was awesome.
You're gonna start calling him that now?
But
are you calling him KO now?
That was the best game I've seen. That was
Toronto's Kelly
Olynyk. How about Olynyk?
Olynyk.
That was the best game I've seen him play since one of the games in Mexico City when he was playing for Team Canada. I think he scored 34, 35 points that night. But look, you're not going to get that from Kelly Olynyk every night. From Tristan Thompson, you're going to get that grittiness, that toughness that you're talking about Boston having. I think Thompson brings that for Cleveland.
Absolutely.
And he doesn't really need to score any points to be effective. If Thompson puts up a 2 points, 11 rebounds, Cleveland's winning the game.
The reality is I think Tristan probably has a bigger overall impact on the series, but Kelly at times would probably outperform him in terms of numbers because he's a more versatile player. But the Cavs, I mean, the Cavs
got better hair too, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? I think you got to deduct. I think you got to deduct points for the chin beard. right?
Chin beard?
Yeah, you got to deduct more.
Where else do you
All
get a beard?
Quickly. Okay, the
I know
next
what
beard.
you're talking about.
It's
All
rock
right,
and roll.
okay. Someone's not coming back on the show. I don't know who.
Rock and roll.
Actually, 2 people.
Probably
but anyways,
you. I think you.
Quickly,
Get rid of him.
quickly,
Your
quickly.
time's up.
Dan, new host, Dan. You hear enough?
Oh,
Ready.
shut up, Vidal.
Put me in. Coach.
Kyrie Irving.
I mean, I want to come back after this show.
We don't want you. Kyrie Irving, Isaiah Thomas, the battle at the point guard position. What is going to be the differentiator to see who wins? Is it going to be points? Is it going to be, well, definitely won't be points. Assists. What other categories? Steals? Like, what's going to be the differentiator here?
I mean, making plays. I mean, I think obviously Kyrie's more dynamic. He's
Really? More dynamic?
Yeah, he's more dynamic.
In a
I
certain
think he's
sense,
more
maybe.
dynamic
More
overall.
dynamic as a
Well, I
large
think
scope.
overall, I think IT, you know, he's gritty. He's a scoring guard in the fourth quarter.
But the word dynamic also
Kyrie
captures what Isaiah does too.
Yeah, it
It's not
does. But I
dynamic.
think Kyrie's more dynamic. I think
Or you're
I think he's got a better
fanboy.
No, he's got a better
So
skill set. He's got a better
everything-
skill set.
His defense is worse.
His
This guy's
defense is
wearing
worse, but so is
wine-tinted
IT.
glasses. He's wearing wine-tinted glasses.
Right? But I mean, Kyrie's obviously a better player than IT guy. Let's be real.
Obviously.
Obviously.
How is it
He's
so
a
obvious?
better
The only thing is
basketball
obvious.
player.
The only thing is
I love
obvious.
Isaiah Thomas. He's
The only
getting
thing
that
that's
respect.
obvious right now, by now.
Kyrie Irving is a better
not
point guard in talent than IT. I'm sorry.
only thing
he's the #1 pick compared to the last pick who's turned himself around. He's done an amazing job of building himself into an NBA player.
You know he averages 29
But-
points a game against the Cavs?
Kyrie Irving's way better.
Did you just shush me?
It's not even. I did. I did.
Wow,
I did.
we should all do that.
He's way better.
All should.
No,
Let's
first
not be
off,
real.
Look,
No, go, Dan.
Okay. Getting into the argument, I'm going to agree with Vital that overall, Kyrie Irving is a better player. But in terms of this series and impact on your team, Isaiah averages 29 against Cleveland. He has to average 29 in this series. If
Or
he
more.
doesn't, Boston has no chance.
Totally
Kyrie can be up and down in this series, and it really won't matter. Cleveland doesn't depend on Kyrie's performance. So in the end, I can't even remember what the question was because you were being shushed. But,
Oh, we're all
but
enjoying this.
Isaiah is the one who, if he doesn't have a consistently amazing series, Boston can't win.
All right.
I think we all knew that, but yeah.
So here's the question to
We
close
agree.
out.
He asked anyway.
Here's the question to close out the segment. Yo, check yourself, all right?
Just
We'll
so
fight.
we know, I'm the
We'll
only person
fight.
who hasn't shushed.
I'll fight you guys on this show. I'll
You'll
fight you.
lose badly.
Anyways, the final question is, will the Cavs sweep the Celtics? Dan Gladman.
No, Cavs in 5.
Vi, you can look at the off-camera.
I'm not looking off camera.
You can look at yourself on TV
I'm
at
not
any
looking
point you
at
want.
myself on TV.
You've done it about 30
I'm actually
times this
looking-
segment. No, you have not. You've been looking at the.
Here we are, and my
bottom of it.
answer is, I think the Celtics get one. I think they pull something out
The magic
of
of
nowhere.
the garden.
Just that.
Check back
just
with the
that
monitor.
grit,
See if your notes are
Just
on the
that
monitor.
grit, just that. There's no notes up there, but just
We
that,
need you to
just
tell
that
us
heart,
something.
that toughness. They maybe steal one, but definitely Cavs in 5.
Kelsey.
I'm staying loyal. Although I might not completely believe it, I'm staying loyal, and I'm saying Boston in 7.
All right, cool.
Wow.
Boston at 7. Vi, check your notes. Vi, check your notes
Home
on the
court
teleprompter.
advantage.
I'm trying to
They
find
got
her
4.
notes. Like, where are your notes? Man,
Whatever.
Where are these
Anyways,
notes?
that-
7.
That wraps up segment 2. When we return, it's just going to be me on the couch because everybody else has to leave.
We're all kicked
They're
off.
no longer invited back. Well, we got to talk about this series, the worst series in sports. It's the Warriors versus a third of the Spurs. I don't know. I think even Popovich gave up. Hang out!